The angle of depression of a point P on the ground from the top of a building is 23.6 degrees. The horizontal distance from P to the base of the building is 50 meters. What is the height of the building, correct to one decimal place? Is it A, 18.2 meters, B, 19.9 meters, C, 21.8 meters, or D, 23.6 meters? Put your answer in the comments. Here's the twist. WAEC says some candidates got every step right except one. They could not even identify which angle was the angle of depression in the first place. Today we're fixing that, and it's only half of the lesson because today runs long on purpose. 2 full topics, 6 real WAEC questions, worked start to finish. In that same 2020 Chief Examiner's report, weakness number 3, right after circle theorems, is this. Solve problems involving angles of elevation and depression. And here's something honest we should say up front. Unlike circle theorems, WAEC did not give a clean, matching fix for this one. The remedies list that year only had 4 lines for 5 weaknesses, and the one lined up against this weakness is really a general note about reading the question carefully, not a specific technique. So the technique has to come from us. 2 real WAEC questions from that same 2020 paper show you exactly where marks were lost. On one, most candidates could not draw the diagram correctly at all because they misread where one point was supposed to sit. On another, some candidates simply could not identify the angle of depression itself, the very starting point of the whole problem. Let's fix both for good. Here is the one habit that fixes almost every mistake in this topic. Every angle of elevation or depression is measured from a horizontal line, an imaginary flat line, level with your eye. Not from the ground, not from the vertical, and not from the object you're looking at. Draw that horizontal line first, every single time, before you draw anything else. For elevation, you're looking up from that line. For depression, you're looking down from it. And here's a shortcut worth knowing. If 2 people are looking at each other across level ground, the angle of elevation one person sees is exactly equal to the angle of depression the other person sees, because the 2 horizontal lines are parallel and the line of sight crossing between them makes equal alternate angles. That one fact turns a lot of 2 observer questions into a single, easy step. Before the first example, take a short pause. Picture that horizontal line in your head once, before you see it on screen. Let's put that to work. A tree and a flagpole stand on the same horizontal ground. A bird sitting on top of the tree looks down at the top of the flagpole at an angle of depression of 45 degrees and down at the bottom of the flagpole at 60 degrees. The tree is 10.65 meters tall. Find the height of the flagpole. Correct to 3 significant figures. Pause the video here and try it yourself. Here's the solution. Draw the horizontal line out from the bird's eye at the top of the tree. Looking down at the base of the flagpole, 60 degrees below that horizontal, gives you a right triangle. The tree's full height, 10.65 meters, over the ground distance between the tree and the flagpole. So that ground distance equals 10.65 divided by tangent of 60 degrees, which comes to 6.15 meters. Now, the top of the flagpole sits 45 degrees below that same horizontal. The drop from the bird's eye down to the top of the flagpole equals that same ground distance, times tangent of 45 degrees. Since tangent of 45 is exactly 1, that drop is also 6.15 meters. So the flagpole's height is the tree's full height, minus that drop, 10.65, minus 6.15, which is 4.5 meters. 1 down. Before the next one, pause again for a moment. This next question is the one that actually catches candidates out, so read it slowly. Now the one WAEC's own examiners flagged directly. 2 points, x and y, 7 meters apart, sit on the same horizontal ground. The angle of elevation of a point P from x is 50 degrees, from y it's 70 degrees. Q is a point on the line xy, extended past y, such that the angle YQP is 90 degrees. Find the length xp and the length yq, correct to 2 decimal places. Pause the video, and this time pay special attention to where you put point Q. Here's exactly where most candidates lost this question. In WAEC's own words, they placed Q between x and y, instead of on the line extended beyond y. That single misreading wrecked the entire diagram and every answer after it. Q sits past y, further from x, not in between. Once your diagram is right, the maths is routine. In the smaller right triangle, tangent of 70 degrees equals the height PQ over the length YQ. In the larger right triangle, tangent of 50 degrees equals that same height PQ over the full length XQ, which is 7 plus YQ. Set those equal, solve for YQ, and you get 5.36 meters. From there, XQ is 7 plus 5.36 and XP is XQ divided by cosine of 50 degrees, which comes to 19.23 meters. Same triangle rules as before. The only thing that changed was getting the picture right first. 2 down, 1 to go in this half. Quick pause here too. This last one, WAEC actually called easy for the candidates who got the first step right. The angle of depression of a point P on the ground from the top of a building is 23.6 degrees. The horizontal distance from P to the base of the building is 50 meters. Find the height of the building, correct to 3 significant figures. Pause the video. Horizontal line from the top of the building. The angle down to P is 23.6 degrees and the ground distance is 50 meters, so the height of the building is 50 times tangent of 23.6 degrees, which is 21.8 meters. That's it. WAEC's own comment on this one was blunt. Some candidates simply could not identify the angle of depression, and that alone was enough to derail them. Find the horizontal line first, and this question has no trap left in it at all. So here's how WAEC tests this. Across 3 different questions. Draw the horizontal line first, always. Get the diagram right before you touch a single trig ratio. Misplacing 1 point, like Q on that extended line, can undo an otherwise perfect answer. And know your angle before you use it. Elevation looks up from the horizontal, depression looks down from it, and neither one is the angle at the ground or the angle at the vertical wall. That's the first topic, fully covered. 3 real questions, 1 habit, 1 shortcut. Now properly, pause here. Stretch, grab some water, whatever you need, because we're changing topics completely. What's coming next isn't trigonometry at all. It's ratio and proportion, and it hides a very different kind of mistake. Ratio and proportion is weakness number 4 on that same 2020 list, right after angles of elevation and depression. And here's another honest admission. WAEC did not give this one a specific fix either, so exactly like before, the technique is on us to build. But look at what the questions themselves reveal. In 2020, most candidates could not even set up the equation for a profit-sharing ratio question, and some who did get an answer left out the units. Go back further, and you'll find a ratio question that candidates, in WAEC's own words, messed up the analysis on because they applied the ratio to the wrong amount entirely. But it's not all bad news. In another year, a very similar ratio question was, in WAEC's words, popular and well answered by most candidates. So this is a topic where the method matters more than the difficulty. One method solves almost every ratio sharing question. The unit method. Add up all the parts in the ratio. Divide whatever total or difference you're given by the number of parts it represents to find the value of one single part. Then multiply that one part by however many parts each share needs. That's the entire method, and it's exactly how WAEC's own marking scheme solves these questions. Before you even start, ask yourself one plain question. Am I sharing the whole amount in this ratio or only part of it? Get that wrong, and every number after it is wrong too. Pause for a moment and let that method settle before the first ratio question. Boadu and Ansa formed a company and agreed to share their annual profit in the ratio 4:5. At the end of the year, Ansa received 5,000 CDs more than Boadu. How much was Boadu's share? Pause the video. The ratio is 4:5, so the difference between them is one part, 5 minus 4. That one part equals 5,000 CDs. Boadu's share is 4 parts, 4 times 5,000, which is 20,000 CDs. WAEC's own comment on this exact question was that most candidates could not form that equation at all, but you just did it in 3 short steps. One down here too. Pause again before this next one. It's the trickiest of the 3, so read every word. Now the one that catches almost everyone. 35 coloured balls were shared among 4 teams so that one team takes all the red balls. The remainder is then shared among the other teams in the ratio 4:3:2, and the smallest share was 6 balls. How many red balls were there? Pause the video and think carefully about what 35 actually represents here. This is the exact trap WAEC documented. The ratio 4:3:2 does not apply to all 35 balls. It only applies to the remainder after the red balls are removed. 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9 parts. The smallest share, 2 parts, equals 6 balls, so 1 part is 3 balls. 9 parts, the whole remainder, is 27 balls, and 35 minus 27 leaves 8 red balls. Same unit method as before. The only difference is realizing which amount the ratio was actually describing. Last one in this section. Breathe, then let's finish clean. This one, unlike the last, has no trap at all. Let's end this topic on a question WAEC says most candidates got right, so you can see the method working cleanly. At a garage, the ratio of cars to motorcycles sold is 5:7. In 1 month, the dealer sold 142 more motorcycles than cars. Find the number of each. Pause the video. 7 minus 5 is 2 parts, equal to 142, so 1 part is 71. Cars, 5 parts, is 355. Motorcycles, 7 parts, is 497. Same 3 steps every time. Find the parts, find 1 part, scale up. 3 ratio questions, 1 method. Find the parts, find the value of 1 part, scale up. The only real danger is misreading which amount the ratio actually applies to. The whole amount, as with Boadu and Ansa, or just a remainder, as with the coloured balls. Ask that question before you calculate anything, and this becomes one of the most reliable topics in the entire syllabus. So, 2 topics, 6 real WAEC questions, and really just 3 ideas holding all of it up. Horizontal line first. For every elevation and depression question, watch your diagram before you trust your trigonometry. And for ratio, find 1 part, then scale up, but only after you're sure what the ratio is actually sharing. Try this one yourself. A father and son share a lottery win in the ratio 7:3, and the father's share is 8,000 CDs more than the son's. What is the son's share? Pause the video and work it through with the same method you've now used twice. Here's the answer. 7 minus 3 is 4 parts, equal to 8,000 CDs, so 1 part is 2,000 CDs, and the son's 3 parts come to 6,000 CDs. 2 long topics, 6 real questions, and really just a handful of habits holding all of it up. The horizontal line, the reflex angle when your diagram calls for it, and the unit method for every ratio you'll ever be asked to share. I've put every diagram, every full working, and more practice questions in the notes. Go and drill them on StudyRevise. And here's something worth sitting with. Between this lesson and the last one, you've now covered every single weakness WAEC named in that 2020 report. That's rare. See you in the next one.